Up, everybody? It is a snowy Pittsburgh night, and there was no way Jessica was going to be able to make it here in her car. Look at my truck. Ah, who left the window down? Oh, no, that's just snow sliding down. Okay. Phew. Man, that's all just from the last, few hours or whatever. That wasn't here earlier. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Reach Out Reptiles. I'm Garrett, and this is Jessica.
I'm Rob.
Oh, that's Rob. I can't ever tell those two apart until they start talking. You like that?
All right.
So I think we managed. To go ahead and get live, which is good. We're doing well so far. Even though I'm still finishing off my spicy Thai food and may need to run out of the live halfway through if things go the way they do with Thai food sometimes.
Just remember, I ate live for Thai food too.
Yeah. But what we did this time, instead of going strictly with our Patreon viewers to grab some questions, we went ahead and threw a community tab up and asked you guys whatever random questions you want. And so we're going to answer some of those. As always, if you guys would like to, we'd love to hear you guys chat in. And if you want to super chat, we will interrupt our regularly scheduled program so that we can hear you. Why don't I see the chat? I want to see chatting. We've got Jessica on the phone here. Say hi, Jess.
Hey.
There she is.
I said hi in the comments.
You're live.
All of you. There it is. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure I can see everybody here. So Jess is actually snowed in at home. She can't go anywhere. And
You already got a super chat.
super chat. Woohoo! Oh yeah, I got Rob here. I don't have to do that this time.
Every other.
People, the inventor of the super chat dance.
Inventor.
By the way, we've gone way beyond just spinning. We do a little bit of a dance now. People have high expectations of us these days.
I can't dance.
I've literally been told on this live that I can't dance either. Who was it? I think it was Summer came on and was like, I'm a dance instructor and that's not a dance. But people pay for it anyway. So give them something to pay about. How about that?
You gotta be careful.
So Chris says, glad to have Rob on a live. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, buddy.
We are happy to be here. So Jess will be chatting in. You guys can talk to her. Rob will be doing the super chat dances. For anything over $10, Rob and I will dance together.
Oh.
Making it up on the fly. All right.
Yes.
So, again, feel free, if you guys want to super chat in any questions, you can ask us whatever you want, and we'll answer. I apologize in advance for Rob's answers.
Me too.
And we'll go from there. So, let's go ahead and start with...
Ooh, that one.
This one.
Yeah.
Gina wanted to know, and this is a perfect question for being snowed in and super cold night.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted to know, what do we do with the reptiles if we have a power outage? So I'll explain for me too, and then I think you probably have some ideas on what to do because your setup is a little different than mine.
Yeah.
So
nowhere near as many.
In our reptile room, we have the whole room insulated, the walls, the ceiling, and everything as much as possible. And Gina, I run gas heat in there to bring the ambient up to a certain temperature. Natural gas very, seldomly fails, as far as not having gas to the house. But if it does, you have a major problem. So if the electrical goes down, we still have the gas kind of running ambient. If it was feeding day and everyone's got a big lump, I might just crank that up a couple of degrees to keep them comfortable until the power comes back on. For anything electrical, though, like the incubator, we had this happen earlier this year.
Yeah.
We had the first clutch of Karompa eggs in the incubator, and our power went out. And I called Rob, and I said, hey, I might be bringing an incubator to your house. I do have a generator out in the shed that I can kick on to run for a little while and warm that thing back up. But the nice thing about our incubator, it gives you quite a long time before that temperature drops So again, with the gas heat, you can move it a little closer to the heater. That incubator is very well insulated, so the temperature doesn't drop for quite a while. And I don't remember how long was that power outage. It was like 6 or 8 hours, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least 6.
It was a pretty good outage, and it dropped a couple of degrees, and then the power came back on, and it was fine. I also pulled some heat packs out, and I just set them on top of the egg things to just take the edge off. So, what you do what you can. I would definitely recommend having a generator. I love some of these. I mean, this is a super expensive option, but I think technology like this is going to make it easier and easier. But a lot of like the new electrical vehicles, I know like the F-150, electric hybrid trucks, Tesla Cybertruck, if that ever happens, they actually have plugs and everything in there. So you have this massive battery pack, and I know people can do this with their electric cars as well, where you can, set it up so that you run power out of the batteries, and that would be really cool for running a reptile room,
It's green.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have a charged car sitting in your driveway and the power goes out, you have this massive bank of battery power. If it can run a car that drives 300 miles or whatever around, it sure can keep a little fish heater and a couple of heat tape going for a long time.
I would think so.
So honestly, I think everyone, as electrical power becomes, bigger and bigger in the automotive industry, everyone's going to have that giant battery backup. They do make the home batteries too. I know Tesla and several other competitors are doing it now. That would be a great idea if you had a really dedicated reptile thing.
Oh yeah.
What's some of the stuff that you do with that?
Kind of the same things. If I have a rack of babies and I don't want the temperatures to fluctuate too much and we're out of power for a few hours, I'll throw a blanket over it. Don't open any of the tubs, just leave them there, kind of keep that heat in. I also have a generator. I think once you get above that, 10, 20 snakes, you should probably get a generator, just because you got some serious money invested in your collection, and why not? I think the generator...
It's not all about the money, Rob.
No, it's not. It's about the safety of the animals. You have a certain amount of money invested in those animals. You want to keep those animals alive. You want to do the best that you can for those animals. And I think we paid like $500-$600 for a generator. Just needs to run that room. That's it.
The cost of a decent snake for your collection, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good way to do it. Jess, anything interesting going on in the chat today? I can't see it from here.
They're all saying hello to each other.
Oh,
hello to each other. All right, we'll move on. Guys, what do you want to know? We are here for you. And Jess has very little control over what we do now, so we can get as off topic as we want. Anna.
Larry said, screw the money, all those lives depend on you.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
I agree. Power outage. Let's see. I was just trying to poke fun at Rob's shortcoming on live video because you can't edit that. You can't take it back. You put it out in the universe now. We all know you're all about money.
I am.
I guess he owns it. All right. So Anna wanted to know what the best dwarf or super dwarf retic locality is as a pet.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a kind of a tough one to answer. But
It is.
I would wager, like if money was no obstacle, really you could pick anything you want, and it would just be about personal preference. However, because, for most people that just wanting a pet snake, usually you're going to have a cap. Like if you buy a really nice purebred dog as a pet, you might pay $1,500, maybe $2,000 if it's something super trendy.
But I think the difference with buying a dog and buying a snake is you want to have that right setup for that snake. You don't want to go out and buy a $1,500 snake and put it in a Rubbermaid container.
Well, true. So smaller is going to be more feasible, and you definitely have to factor that into the
do a terrarium,
cost.
do something nice, get a nice cage for it.
Dogs cost a lot more overall, though. A few months worth of dog food, and now
You get a
all of
big
sudden,
dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say, just based on the fact that most people are going to do it as a pet, they're probably going to want on the lower end of the price range.
Yeah.
And then I would also say that probably the biggest animals are going to be, they can make great pets, but probably not for as many people.
It takes a lot to have a big snake.
Yeah, so if I was going to generalize it down, you have kind of two ends of the spectrum, right? Like Slayers are the biggest locality. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful, but they take a lot to take care of. Big, cost in caging and everything like that. Right, and the right time of keeper. So you probably want to go smaller than that. And then you have like the smallest over here would be like a Karompa, but they're exceptionally rare. They were only bred in 2020 for the first time. So they're very, very expensive. This year we sold them at $10,000 a pair, which is insane, right? But you probably want to go cheaper than that. And I would say if you end up in the middle, probably the best one, I'm going to go with a Kayuadi.
Kayuadi, why is that?
Well, it's among the cheapest of the pure locality. We sold
Yep.
pairs at $2,500. The males were $1,250. So that's still expensive for a pet. But if you want pure locality as a pet, I mean that's going to be your cheapest option. And then the Kayuadis are very sweet. They're super colorful. They're very, very small, especially the males stay really small, super manageable. Most of the adults are not even getting as big around as a pop can, and maybe 7-8 feet long-ish.
Ball python range there.
Yeah. So, but probably the best pet dwarf or super dwarf overall is going to be like a good bloodline cross. And so it's not so much about a pure locality, but so for about $300, you can get something that's got some Kalatoa and some Jampea. It's going to be 8 or 9 foot range. Yeah, and you can do that kind of stuff. So if I went pure locality, I'd go Kayuadi, probably.
I'd be more towards the Kalatoa.
That's pretty expensive though.
Agreed. But I
and
think
you have to wait a long time to get it.
Yeah.
In most cases.
But everybody's different. For me, I like those oranges in the Kayuadi, but it's something about that pattern of the Kalatoa just blows me away.
Okay.
But,
like I said, I mean, if you're willing to wait a little bit or pay a little bit more, you can have whatever you want. Really, the captive bred ones of any locality make a good pet. But yeah, starting out, the locality is not really as important as the size of the bloodline, what you can manage, and then the price goes all, like I said, all the way down to $300. You can get a very manageable retic.
Yeah.
So, and you can get something that's a locality cross that's the size of a Kayuadi.
And then you can also get morphs in that as well.
Yeah,
so if you're crossing it.
Well, for that same $1,250, you can buy a heck of a male super dwarf cross.
Oh yeah.
You could probably get a 2 or 3 gene snake.
Yeah.
For $1,250. This is spicy. I'm gonna let Rob take the next one. Here, you want to answer Elton's question on top there?
Rhonda Westover wants to know, if you don't want to be a YouTube star, how would you suggest starting a business that's selling snakes without the point and click option?
Without the point and click option.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, Rhonda. I mean, I went the YouTube star route. I don't know if I'd say star.
Do you think you're a star?
You're a star in my eye.
In Rob's eyes, I'm a star. Thank you, Rob.
Judging by that picture on the thumbnail, I would say yes.
He's enthralled with me.
There was one person's its neck was further out than the others.
10%.
I thought you said you go 10, I go 90.
I went 10 backwards.
Okay, so, Nathan C likes Karompa the best. Uh-oh, we got a super chat.
It's a dance?
Stop everything. Go, big dance. Oh, yeah. It's a good one. Ghostface, when is the latest point in the season you prefer to pair up couples for breeding? Nice one.
Thanks, man.
Good job, buddy.
On that dance.
Yeah, your
Man.
turn next time.
What? Oh, man.
It's
We're
a
having
competition.
a dance off?
Not an off. Just a dance competition.
Oh, man.
Family channel, Rob.
Yes.
Judging by everyone's comment, they like your dances better.
Oh, is it good? I can't see.
That was pretty good. So to answer your question, you can breed year round. Like I get super jealous, especially of like all my Southern California breeder friends posting babies that are hatching now, which is like exactly in the middle of the off season for us here in the Northeast, where we have temperature swings. The temperature swings kind of like narrow our breeding season.
Yeah.
Not intentionally, the animals just don't breed as much year round. But I would say if you're in doubt or you don't know when your female breeds, just keep putting them together. I tell a lot of people, you know, they know what they're doing. Make sure that you don't have a feed response out of either one, and throw the male in. You know, if you're nervous about them or you have some reason to worry about it, go ahead and just throw your male in while you're with the female while you're cleaning cages. You know, every single week, once a week, and if you did that your whole life, you'd probably get eggs.
Oh yeah.
And then if the female does something like go off food or something, then yeah, I mean, are you gonna, if she's wanting to breed in, you know, August or whatever, or July, are you gonna tell her no, you have to wait for October?
Not me.
No, yeah. So you just throw that male in. If she's going off food, do it to it, let it happen. You know, and that's the way to do it. So I wouldn't worry so much about a season.
Yeah, I've never seen a snake have a calendar.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the females get pretty predictable. Like if I had a female breed last year at a certain time, I'm not expecting her to give me another clutch 4, 5, 6 months later. You know, she's gonna go probably around the same time every year. But if you have a female that has never bred for you or you're not certain, just keep trying. Elton wanted to know, I hope that answers your question. Elton wanted to know, do you plan to ship overseas? Yeah, that'd be great. We can't meet the demand in the United States for our animals right now.
Yeah.
And export is expensive. I think a lot of overseas customers who buy from American breeders are a little bit spoiled by the large mass production. And I used to do this. I used to ship, 100 snakes at a time or whatever, and then the cost gets between all those customers until it's negligible. But if you're just coming to buy 1 or 2 snakes from us, you're paying a couple of $1,000s, and it's a months long, labor intensive process. So I do have international customers. But what I do is they always arrange the shipments through their own brokers and everything, and we ship our animals to those brokers, and they take care of it from there. Super chat, go!
I can't beat the last one.
You gotta beat it. Jody, as far as not dealing with point and click, I mean, I think you just throw it up on whatever classified you're going to do, right? Whether it's
that was your turn.
Morph Market or something. No, I don't have turns. You're here. My turn is every other Wednesday night for all the time.
Tonight.
Well, according to Zach Nava, your turn, he says your dances are kind of sad. Like, you can tell you really don't want to be doing them. Rob is into it.
That's why we go with Rob. I don't know how I got roped into doing Rob's dances in the first place. I mean, that's kind of his signature move.
But it was
that
genius.
And the thing you were doing with the rats earlier. Signature Rob.
Anyway. We're not going to talk about that.
This is a family channel.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a family channel,
I'm sorry, guys. So, Jody, the big thing, like at least with Dwarf and Super Dwarf, the bloodlines follow the snakes mostly. So, post all the breeders and stuff, advertise where you're going to advertise. And then just have the people contact you before they buy, just force inquiries and have a conversation with them. We had a guy, you remember this guy last night, sent an email in, and this guy, boy, he's a pain in the butt as a casual observer.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like he asks a lot of questions. People are always like, oh, I feel bad asking you questions. We don't mind that at all. This guy likes to, he had one night where he went on how many different posts, Jessica, over the course of the night from like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.?
I can't remember. There was a lot.
I mean, it was like 30, 40 posts.
Yeah, at least 30.
At least 30 different posts on Instagram, Facebook, and all this kind of stuff. Screaming and crying at us. His beef, I think, was that we didn't use Morph Market, and he wanted us to.
Yeah.
And then he said because of that, he was going to become a famous Super Dwarf breeder and put us out of business. Well, a couple months later, and I'm like, okay.
Love the competition, man.
Go for it, buddy. Good luck. A couple months later, he came back and he was talking to Kim about potentially buying an animal from us. And Kim didn't realize who he was at first and said, oh, we have this or we have that. What kind of stuff are you looking for? And then we recognized them, and I said, hey, I don't have any of those to offer you. And he's like, well, Kim said you had some available. And I said, no, I don't think you understand. I don't have any available to you. You know what I mean? Because... I don't know. You don't have to be a very good judge. I want the animals to go to people who care you know, and if this guy is angry that he can't get instant satisfaction, in my opinion, people like that quickly they might love the snake when they buy it, and then 3 weeks later they don't care anymore.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're hot, they're cold, and all that kind of stuff. And I want my animals to go to homes that have a little bit of stability. So I basically told him, no, I'm telling you no. And that's the thing about that system is, you know, if you're going to vet your customers, sometimes you have to tell them no, even if they're going to buy a snake from you. And he was pretty upset about that. So anyway, had some choice words for me and everything in an email, but I slept fine. You know, I would rather somebody call me names because they're angry that I won't sell them an animal, but know that my animals go to people who care about them and are going to do a good job.
Yeah.
So.
We have another super chat.
Rob. Okay, I'm going to answer the last super chat.
No, this one's yours. This one's yours. This is a competition.
Man. All right. You got
make it
good.
good.
Answer the first one then. Ready?
Yeah, make it good. What the heck was that, man?
This is really fancy legwork. You can't see it, but it's going all over the place here, guys.
It's not fancy. He almost kicked me like 6 times. Okay, you did.
How's that?
What do you think, Nava?
Drop it like it's hot.
I'll drop it.
Oh man, Jess, we're behind on super chats. Catch us up. It's going downhill fast without you, Jess.
Nathan C. Can you keep a male and female in the same enclosure if it's large enough, or do they need to be kept separate once they reach sexual maturity?
You gotta keep them separated.
I mean, I think you have to define large enough. If you have a biodome or something, you're okay.
Yeah.
I would argue that in captivity, there are very, very few enclosures that are appropriately sized, even for the adults that we keep.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you could double up hides, double up all this kind of stuff, and they'd be okay. And sometimes we do that during breeding season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll have male in with a female for weeks at a time, and we have to be very careful around feeding time and stuff like that. But to plan to do that, I mean, you're talking about a giant walk-in,
20 by 40 by 10.
Huge enclosure.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, I think you get the cages, you keep them separate. There's just too much.
So to sum up.
You got another super chat.
Yeah,
That's you. I went the last one. Okay, what's our next? We got to catch up. We're getting super chats faster than we can answer them. Go, Jess, go.
Faster than you can dance.
Woo, my back hurts from the last one.
Yeah, pull the hemi.
This one was Chris Gear. He said there are some 81.25% SD labs on Morph Market for $800.
Was that just so we could laugh, Chris?
Yes.
Yes,
I don't necessarily want to laugh at that, but I know there's a lot of people that have been working towards that for a very, very long time.
Yes.
And, like Eric Lee has jumped leaps and bounds in the Super Dwarf Albino project. Yeah. And it's mostly because he had like a 75% snow male, the only one in the world at that time.
You got another super chat.
That bred at like 7 months old to make 87.5% hets. And he's not made the visuals yet. And he sells those hets for like $5,000 a pair. So I think if you...
$100?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about so many generations of breeding that at a certain point, it's so unrealistic that the timeline doesn't even add up.
And here's the thing, and I can't stress this enough. If it's too good to be true...
It's too good. Yeah, it's too good.
It ain't true.
Yep.
Walk away. So many people buy these snakes that they think are what they're supposed to be, and they turn out that it's not. And sometimes that's just because you just don't do enough research, or, I don't know. Whatever the case
Brian
is.
Cusco super chatted 1 penny under the $10. I almost had to super chat dance with you.
What's this?
Brian, this one's for you. I know you like these ones. Woohoo! All right, what's our next super chat? I'm pretty sure it was from Duran.
Super chat. Duran gave you $5 towards dancing lessons.
There you go. Summer, are you on here? Summer, help us out.
We need lessons.
We need it $5 worth of dance lessons, please.
And you got another super chat.
Go.
I don't know anything else.
Aurora says she wants the Macarena Rob style.
What's that?
You don't remember that one? All right, everybody at home, sing this one for us. Ready? Dun da da dun da da dun da 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 da. Dun da da dun da da dun da da da.
Oh my
Dun da
god.
da dun da da dun da da da. Hey, Marina. Now do that Rob style.
It looks like this.
This is too much, guys. Too
This might
much.
have got X-rated.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Hey, he wants Cusco's dance. Just keep dancing. We'll tell you when to stop. Keep going. Keep
You
going.
guys think I'm a young kid?
Brian
Rob.
Cusco, did you skip that one?
Not yet. That was, well, yeah, I suppose so.
Have you ever had
Brian
anybody have a heart
Cusco
attack?
says nerd. I think he's just trying to drop some drama into this live feed. Is that what it is,
That's
Cusco?
why I kind of stopped saying what I was
Or are
saying.
you calling me a nerd?
You can't get more dramatic than those dances.
I don't know.
This is the best drama on the internet right here.
I got some skills I haven't released yet.
That's it. That's it. I'm pretty sure he's trying to force me to go to Nerd. Because there's a top secret trip that Cusco is planning to go to
Dude, it's
Nerd
top
in
secret.
January.
This is live.
I don't give up anything top secret on the lives. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
We have house snakes.
Lies don't count.
Danny Nah says he
They're the
wants
safe
Cusco's
place for
dance,
secrets.
Rob.
I don't remember
That's-
Cusco's dance.
Just dance as though
Did
you
I
were
do a
Cusco.
dance for Cusco?
You know Cusco well enough to dance exactly like Cusco.
Like you did?
No, I can't dance like Cusco. That's all you.
Hurry up, you got another one.
I don't know. Was it like this? Is that what you did?
Oh yeah, I did message you. I did dance for you, Cusco. All right, that one applies to the next one.
You couldn't even see the poop stain.
Nerd. Cusco just said nerd. Do you want to fill us in, Cusco, about why you're talking about nerd? Help me out here, Jess. I can see all the comment here.
We're due. Yeah, we're coming fast.
Tristan now wants you to dance for his amusement. Go ahead. He specifically requested Rob.
I have all these dances in my head.
Go! They love your dance. Thank you for specifically requesting Rob on that one, Tristan. All right, Chris Carly Gear, super chatted. He wants a cow update. We'll go get it right now.
Oh,
Dance for him. I get the cow.
I'm chair dancing.
You gotta leave it in then.
I did. I spun. Right, Jess?
I didn't see it. Can you do it
Suckers. Sucker's coming up on a year old, guys.
Woohoo.
This is the female. We originally were not going to sell a female, but she is for sale now. And it's pretty cool. She's going into blue again, so she's definitely getting a lot more spots, and there's some pretty cool orange ones starting to come in. Look at this. Can you guys see that one right there?
He said to check your messages.
That's pretty cool.
Fudge.
Check my messages. I can't do that. I'm on too many phones at once.
I don't have any messages.
Here you go. There's the cow for Chris Carly Gear.
Garrett, leave Rob by himself for a couple minutes and see what happens.
Who said
Oh,
that?
no. That would be a bad idea.
Or
I want to see if you guys can make actual real snowballs. Because I don't believe that you can.
I'm sorry, we're not talking about that. You didn't super chat, so.
Well, Chris Gear did, so get up and dance.
All right, that's you.
Did you ever see a 43-year-old guy have a heart attack on live?
I didn't tell you to dance so hard in the last one.
Dude, I gave it to my
All right,
all.
we're doing the super chat. Here's the super chat dance.
This is
Here's
lame.
the super chat. What does Chris want? What does he say?
This is not a good dance.
Oh, Rob feeding.
Feeding schedule made her thick.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Species.
She's a little thick. That's not really that bad though. I think she hatched. I mean, she's coming. She'll be a year. We're at the end.
Super chat.
We're at the end of the year now. Your turn.
I'm a snake.
Chris Carly Gear is just trying to make this ridiculous. Go ahead, dance with the snake. Don't hurt her. It is a cow.
Oh man, I have a snake, dude. I have a snake in my belly.
Apparently we'll do anything around here for a super chat.
Do you usually get this crazy? With
That was
Jess?
Chris. Yeah, don't you watch our live?
Snowball fight indoors. That wasn't a fight. That was an ambush.
Thanks, Jess. It was an ambush. turning in my resignation.
So yeah, yearling cow is available. Anybody's interested. Okay, PD's Reptiles in the house. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Okay, I've got a couple here. Let's see. Alex wants to know about Sulawesi's. I love Sulawesi's. Yes. They're amazing. They tend to be fairly high strung. They're kind of like people say super dwarfs are flighty, but Sulawesi's are flighty, and they get up to 20 feet or something like that. Yeah. And they do this whole thing where they're peeing out the back and everything. Although most of those are wild caughts, and I have some super chill captive bred ones that we've raised up here, but we put a lot of work into them around here. And then he wanted to know if the South Sulawesi's are smaller. So I think he's referring to the Bantang locality.
Yeah, the southern.
Yeah, which are actually classified in the same subspecies as the Selayers. But they're not a dwarf or anything like that. They're a mainland Sulawesi. And honestly, there's only one pair of Bantangs, wild caughts, that were imported in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
And that was Jonathan's. He bred them for the first time. It was like 3 years ago.
Yep.
So the oldest ones we have are 3 years old. Now, those were pretty small. Mom was like 12, 13 feet.
Yeah, she wasn't huge.
Dad was like 7 feet. He was really tiny. But I don't think you can really judge one of the retics like races or localities ultimate size based on wild caught animals only. There are too many different variables there.
You got to have an F1 or an F2, raise it all the way up and see how big it gets.
Yeah, but Sulas are cool. They're definitely like a bucket list locality for a lot of people.
Super chat.
I absolutely love them. You're up.
I danced with the snake. Who's it from?
It's from Matt Martinez. What's up, Matt? All right, super chat.
Can I see male-female size comparison for Kalatoa?
Yeah. So they, females can't.
You hurt yourself?
Yeah, that was halfway through this.
I thought you were having gas on me.
Well, they can't smell on camera, so
yeah, but I can.
We'll just pretend like that didn't happen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just like that. Do you want to go grab?
Yeah.
Why don't you grab out the? Who should we grab for pure Kalatoas?
I've got that dark male. He's not pure though.
He's pure. He's not. No, not pure Kalatoa. Why don't you grab the either the one from Sean, the McMillan male, and then you can grab out like the wild caught Kalatoa female.
Zach Miller says, any advice for how to connect with other reptile peeps during COVID? And you got another super chat.
Two more super chats, Rob. This is your turn. Zach says what now? Jess?
Ashley's
super chat.
Question is for Rob.
Woohoo! Okay. What's the other one?
You cut out. Did you
What's your other one? SoCal Herps. Oh, okay. Never mention that Cusco guy again. Done deal. So this is a 2.5, 3-year-old like young adult Kalatoa male, and he's probably coming up on 6 feet. He'll definitely get bigger, but I think he'll get maybe a foot longer and half again as girthy. So that's what you're looking at for a boy. And then if you want to go grab a girl.
Yeah.
Whoa, there, slugger. All the snakes hate Rob. That guy's a little chompy anyways. He's sort of like that. We got him when he was like a year old. He wasn't too happy. We've actually chilled him down quite a bit. And then, let's see, Ashley. Oh my goodness. Definitely for Rob. This goes back to that question that we said it was a family channel earlier. Sorry, Brian, you're dead to me now.
Oh, you got another one.
There it is. Morph Mixology. Super chat. Woohoo! We're getting tired. Too many super chats. Oh, man.
He says, hey, party people. Garrett, your face isn't so messed up anymore.
You take that back. Is this the wildcaught girl?
This is the wildcaught girl. I don't want to...
All right. So now...
She's been breeding, so I want to keep her
as straight
as
she's
possible.
looking thick. All right, so can you bring her over here and show like her buttocks area? So now this girl is probably maybe 1.5 feet longer than him. She's got that extra girth. Come here, girly. All right. You can put her away. There's an adult female Kalatoa. She's an old lady, and she's wild caught, so she's a little bit more nervous. And most of her girth is because she's loaded up with follicles right now. That's going to be the Reach Dreams stuff. If we can do this right, that would be great. We've never got a clutch out of her. But that's what you're looking at. Again, that male can get a little bit bigger. That female was wild caught. You could certainly make them larger with like pumping them full of food, but we've really learned that it's not healthy. It's best to keep them the way they look in the wild, and that's the way they start to look in the wild. Morph mixology. Thank you. Yeah, I was dealing with the Lyme's disease. That was a pretty crazy thing, especially not knowing how long it was going to last. But mostly back to normal.
Mostly.
As normal as I ever was.
Chat.
Okay, super chat for you. It's for Ashley, so give her the dance she wants to see.
I'm a maniac.
With a heart attack. Okay, Jess, can you please ask the question for the super chat?
Yes. Ashley would like to know, how can you get snakes to take their vitamins? Specifically you, Rob, how do you get snakes
Your preferred
to take
method.
their vitamins?
Gummies. I love you, Ashley. There's ways. If you want to PM me, I'll talk to you about it.
We were supplementing some of the animals earlier, and so Rob was putting the supplements in the food items and then sending them in.
That's the way to say
He just chose a different end to put them in than most people would. In the food items, not in the snakes. Thank God it was frozen thawed and not live. We'll just leave it at that.
You got to make sure your snakes are healthy. And I'll do anything to make sure these snakes are healthy.
Yeah. And I'll probably pull the security camera footage and put it on Patreon.
Oh, man, I love you.
I don't know why he was doing that, but yeah, that's...
oh, we know.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Ashley.
All right. So, Family Jules, couple of questions. He wants to know, do females grow after laying? Yes, they definitely grow.
Yeah.
I learned that this year since hiring Rob to feed all of my grown established Super Dwarf females.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, he basically thought they were cycling all year. And fed them
they did.
super heavy all year. So they can definitely grow. And
Super chat.
they'll continue.
That's your turn, man. I'm sweating. I was a maniac for like 10 minutes.
Woohoo! I'm a maniac, just not as much as that guy. All right, what's up, Chris?
This is exactly what Rob was saying earlier. I think we need Rob to make a free tip Friday on how to get snakes to take their vitamins.
We'll do it.
Nobody wants to see that, Chris. Trust me, I can't unsee that one. Oh,
Me neither.
They do grow after laying. Usually by the time that they're established and they're laid, their growth slows down a whole awful lot. Really, the only ones that happened to us, we had a couple of females that took a year or two off of breeding, and they got fed up, like as though they were cycling in between, and they grow a little bit in length. It wasn't me doing it. They grew a little bit in length. They grew a lot in girth. So hopefully they'll lay soon. It's fine to be a little bit girthy like that Kalatoa girl we had earlier before they lay, because they're going to put all that into eggs. But then when they don't lay eggs or they don't cycle, it's just fat. So it's a little bit tricky to keep that stuff going.
That's why they get the vitamins.
Yeah. So, Family Jules also wants to know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that scaleless retics would be cool?
Yes.
I think they would be I mean, I love scaleless snakes, but my favorite. No, I just did it.
I just did that.
It was me. Play back the video. I think they would be really cool. If I had it my way, they would be more like the scaleless corn snakes than the scaleless ball pythons. Even though a perfectly clean scaleless snake looks awesome, on a large snake, I think that's going to be a little bit rough when they have like just the belly scales on them, they seem to have like, I mean, we have a scaleless corn snake. It's kind of my experiment towards scalelessness, just to see if there really is any extra care. And we do not do anything different with that snake than we do any other snake, and it's perfectly fine. The ball pythons are kind of like that, but I've seen some big purely scaleless stuff like Burmese that get real like scabby and nasty skin problems as adults. Yeah. So our super chat was from Alex. Wants to see an adult Tombolongan. No, you can't.
Sorry.
I actually don't have. I don't have one to show you. There was Tombolongans are pretty rare. Unfortunately, it's kind of a bottlenecked bloodline. There's one pair of them that came into the United States that I'm aware of, and those are captive bred siblings. Mm-hmm. So breeding those siblings together is producing all the Tombolongans in the country, meaning they're all related to each other. I have an adult male, obviously the one that we were breeding, that we made the phantoms with and everything. Yep. I do not have an adult female, but my adult male is actually out on breeding loan right now. He's really only a little bit bigger than that Kalatoa male we pulled out earlier.
Oh, yeah.
If that.
If that, yeah.
So,
I don't think he quite has that girth. I think he's more like golf ball.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger than golf ball.
He's about 6 feet. They really are a lot smaller than people give them credit for. Yeah. I know a guy calls himself Murray Mack on Facebook, just had a clutch of Tombolongans over in the UK, mm-hmm. and he said that his female weighed 8,000 grams on laying.
Wow.
So that's fairly small. Bigger than a ball python, certainly, but that's not a very big snake by any
big
means.
retic anyway.
Right. So, yeah, sorry, I don't have one. Do you want to go grab one of the little female Tombolongans?
Yeah.
I think the one that's on the right just shed. If you want to pull her out. Yep. And then while we're at it, we have a comment on, this is from our community post we made earlier today, from Satis304 asking, can we see some available snakes? So we'll get you an assortment of little available snakes to pull out here in a minute.
She has a little bit of stuck shit on her.
Zach's asking, what do we do to ensure genetic diversity? In as many bloodlines as we can, we try to do as much genetic diversity as possible, but sometimes it's hard. So like Karompas, there's only 5 adults left in the U.S. The one pair is not here, and the other guy's breeding them. Hopefully, he'll get a clutch so that we'll have another bloodline. You want to just bring that closer to the camera to show him? This is our Tombolongan female. She's just starting to get some color. It's looking pretty stinking fine. Yeah, look at the color on that thing. But she's like 8 months old now, maybe. Probably a little less. And so they don't really fully color up until they're like 2 years old. I just got a little bit of dry shed still on her.
Dry shed, real soaker, and she'll be good.
But look at the silvers and golds on that. Holy smokes. So like what we'll do with the Karompas moving forward, there's actually little algorithms and stuff that you can use to maintain genetic diversity from small gene pools. The Tombolongans in the United States, without ever being able to add any genetic diversity to an already once inbred line, they're going to be fairly bottlenecked. I would think that whoever's buying them early on and breeding them is probably not going to experience any problems. But if it went multiple generations, there's not much you can do at that point to preserve the ability to produce multiple generations of Tombolongans. It's just a done deal. And so, like with those types of animals, I'm very glad to have captive bred, pure Tombolongans, but with nothing super genetically diverse to breed them to. I'll have to just weigh the decision between, do I want to produce animals that are, genetically diverse by introducing morphs and not make pures, or do I want to line breed pures? And we'll probably do a little bit of both. Moving forward, but it's only so far you can line breed them.
Yeah.
So what's
especially
this?
when they're all related. Well, one of the next ones is what snakes do you have available?
Right.
So I figured I'd just start grabbing some snakes that are available. This is a platinum motley male.
Is that the 50% Kalatoa boy?
Yes, it is.
So Platy Motley boy, we have very few. Aiden came in the other day and looked, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, we do not have a lot of snakes left, but we do have some really good ones left."
Oh. There's some stunners that I can't believe we still have.
This is a 3-gene male. not really colored up yet either with that platinum, but he's platinum motley, he's het antares, 50% Kalatoa. This is from old Jason Reed bloodlines. So you guys remember the Retics? Any of you old timers? Jason Reed doesn't breed anymore, but both his mom and dad are produced from Jason Reed. So if you want to get those Retics, and if you look at him, he's a motley, but he's like super cleanly striped, very reduced pattern. He
Almost
should
striped
be
the whole way.
an exceptionally yellow adult. Those are some of the things that Jason would selectively breed for. So it's pretty cool to have some of those. You have another one for us?
Heck yeah, I got a bunch.
Yep. So, yeah. Kevin Smith, yeah, your problem is everything we put up you want. You don't have to want it forever. You buy it once, and then most people don't want them anymore after that. Lori Johnson says she wants to see her male. While Rob gets a available snake out, Lori, I'll pull yours. Oh, that's a cool one. Yeah, go yank her. Oh, percentages? No one's on camera. I gotta go. Oh, dwarf, super dwarf cross.
Whoa, I was coming in hot there. This is a Sunfire Snow. I don't know the percentages. I can guess if you want me to, but I don't think that's a good idea. But absolutely
that one's
stunning.
weird percentages. It's like 43 some odd percent Kalatoa and 9.38% Jampea with poop on it.
What's the average lifespan
It's
of a
not
super
chocolate.
dwarf? Miller wants to know.
Lori, this is yours. This is another platinum annery. This is a higher percentage one. And he's got like crazy chrome eyes. And I love this guy. Look at this. Can you guys see this paradox spot on his neck? It's getting bigger. It's black. It wraps all the way around both sides now. It was only one side earlier on. It's even getting down into his belly. So I think that might keep getting bigger as he grows. So that's pretty cool. Another example of a platinum motley. A little bit more color on this guy. He's a little bit older. So
This is a normal. This is a female normal, 50% super dwarf.
550.
550?
Yeah, Posset albino.
Posset albino.
That's a really good
Beautiful.
for the folks wondering about beginner snakes, especially if you think you want to breed someday. Just
Yeah.
getting a nice like base level Kalatoa cross. Posset albino is cool. You're
Look at the
getting
silvers on that thing,
potentially extra genetics there that you're not really paying for, and you know that it's a legitimate bloodline from Kalatoa.
too. No, I didn't.
And those make up the foundation of a future breeding thing. I mean, like we still have super dwarf het albinos in our collection that we use for a lot of stuff. So
You want to see more?
Aiden's watching too.
Nice. What's up, buddy?
Hey Darren, how you doing? All right. Yeah, while he's bringing them out, I'll keep going. So Eric on our community post wanted to know the genetic origin of orange glow, and he specifically asked if it was Jampea. What do you got there, Rob?
This is a Sunfire Annery boy, and he is a beautiful. I don't know if you can see all those greens and yellows. And
Is that the one? That's the one from the
Pyramid cut.
Krispy Kreme clutch.
Yeah.
So he was a Krispy Kreme sibling. Actually, he looks like he has a little bit of those traits.
He might.
He's a little stripey.
He's
But
got some.
So that means he's 25% Jampea, 37.5% Kalatoa.
Look at that tail. Floating epicness.
Yeah, we had some weird looking stuff we nicknamed Krispy Kremes. They had a bunch of donut patterns, very connected, running down the back of about half the clutch. And we kept them all back. That guy might have slipped through the cracks. Hey. I forget how much that guy cost. Do you remember?
$1 million.
$1 million. Let me see if I can find the price for you guys on that guy real quick. If he's a Krispy Kreme, maybe he should be $1 million. So you owe me some back if he proves out. So actually, we have two of those, a male and a female from that clutch. The male's $1,100, the female's $1,500. Okay, so the origins of orange ghost or orange glow or Indo caramel bred to an albino is an orange glow. So any orange glow is inherently going to be a cross of multiple localities. Go ahead.
Phantom Tiger. Excuse me, I almost choked on my spit.
I love the way the phantom and the tiger plays together.
62.5% super dwarf.
So if he's 62.5%, that's Kalatoa, and he's a posset albino, right?
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
That we only have that guy's crazy look. Show his tail again. Look at the way this he's got a clean stripe going down the first half of him, and then his tail is all shattered and crazy. Look at that. I love it. Phantom and Tiger really do some pretty cool. It's almost like the stripe pulls up and blends into the rest.
Yeah. He's a beautiful little guy.
Yeah, that guy's super cool. Especially, he's very light and bright. If you could make albinos with him, or orange glows.
Orange glow.
Orange glows. So, like I said, orange glow is it's an allelic trait. So you have Indo caramel and albino together make an orange glow. The original Indo caramel, I don't think anybody understands where they came from originally. There's a guy named Pete Fulsham who made a Fulsham strain albino, was like a caramel, and it's not exactly the same. And those were from Borneo. But the rest of them, he was asking, they're Jamps. They're definitely and clearly not Jampeas. They're not dwarfs of any kind. They're just an unknown locality, mainland. You got a super chat. I'll hold
Are you
it.
trying to avoid the dance?
No, last one.
It's $20. I'm pretty sure we have to do it again.
This is a $20 super chat.
We have
so
to
I think
dance
you
together.
both need to
A
dance.
$20 super
I
chat.
grab my leg. You totally would too.
You know I hand you stuff. I hope that was worth it,
Oh my God.
Anna. Oh my goodness. Anna, let me go get them for you so I can answer your question. No, you can show that guy. That's the high percentage one.
This is the
Got
75.
Madu in 'em?
Yeah, 75% super dwarf, Sunfire, Phantom. Boy, this thing is on fire in person. I hope that camera's picking it up. I hope I'm making it look good, but
Super chat.
Garrett.
All right. Hold on, I gotta answer the $20 super chat. We're backing up. This is a pure Kayuadi. So Kalatoas are a lot more expensive. They are smaller, but Kayuadis are by no means a large locality. They're very small as well. This Kayuadi is very orange and gold. Lots of color on there. You tend to get a lot of striping. And then the Kalatoas are much more contrast. I don't know if you could see that. This thing is all faded out. It almost looks like a hypoboa, whereas the Kalatoa has, and this will probably grow up just to be very, very silver, but where this one has like clean flowing lines, this one's very pixelated. Looks like a Minecraft snake. So that would be the Kalatoa. So which one's better? I don't know. If you want smaller, you go with this one. If you want more colorful, you go with this one. If you love collecting localities, you get one of each. Kalatoas are more expensive, and they're very hard to come by as legitimate pure Kalatoas. Kayuadis are not common, but you can find them. They're usually less expensive, and there are a lot less misrepresented Kayuadis than there are Kalatoas.
Might be Kayuadi crosses coming to a neighbor near you.
Oh yeah, we'll have crosses for sure. That one's het purple.
This one,
Yeah.
it's Anery too.
Yeah.
It's a Sun Platinum Tiger. Is there sun in that?
It's a female. Well, I don't know. I think it's a sun. No.
Just a
Black
platinum
tiger.
Platinum Tiger Anery.
Yes. 100% het purple.
100% head purple.
Yeah.
Beautiful striping on this guy. Cow.
It's a girl. That's a female. I
Yeah.
can't believe that snake is left.
Yeah,
She's
look
not
at that.
inexpensive, but she's a. I mean, guys,
Beautiful.
that right there is a 4-gene female. She's 12.5% Kalatoa, 37.5% Jamp, which I think is why she looks so clean and green.
Clean
Gorgeous.
and green.
And her mom was the bigger of the two bloodlines. Her mom's only 11 feet.
Yeah, look at those eyeballs.
She was bred to a smaller bloodline dad. Yeah. That thing's going to be crazy as an
That was a
adult.
good
And
shot.
it's 100% het purple. So
Oh, yeah.
that's a killer female. Let me see how much that costs just so you guys can all save. That's so expensive. But I'm telling you, like,
Read the last
if
super
I had
chat.
the money, it would be between that one and a Sunfire Snow that we have left. Yeah, give me
This
one
is also
sec.
your 5-minute warning.
That girl's $2,500. 5 minutes. Holy crap! Get your super chats in now. Okay, what's the last one? Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Morelia. Didn't Rob? He said he liked the Tombolongan temperament the best. Besides retics, what other reptiles have you guys bred? Oh, we don't. I don't have time to answer that one. Do you like the
Few
Tombolongan temperament the best?
That's one of the Garrett secrets, the breeding question.
You have to dance though.
I have to dance while I answer this?
I can answer this. Yeah, I mean you can go.
He already did do the dance.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's a little free one for later. That's just showing you when I got my bag of tricks.
The Tombolongan male that we have, that we bred to
Yes.
produce the phantoms, was awful.
Awful.
He's
Awful.
terrible. He also came to us as a subadult,
Yep.
and so I don't know, like what they did beforehand. He calmed down a lot. He was really bad when he first came.
He
And
bit
he's-
me every time I touched him.
Well, that's every snake
That's true.
ever.
You, Rob.
It's
Jess,
just me.
Jess, am I lying or is it just Rob?
They all bite Rob.
It's true. Like the sweetest snake ever would bite Rob.
Like my aura.
So aside
Smells
from
like a
Aura
rat.
Boy over here, the Tombolongan was pretty gnarly, but I don't think that's typical of the locality. All of the babies that we have that we hatched or didn't hatch here but got here as young hatchlings, they're phenomenal.
Zero.
They're actually really chill. They're less active than the other snakes, so they sit
Yeah.
there more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they have these cute little like froggy heads. So that's
And that's
pretty
kind of how Mum was too in
Yeah.
that breeding. Mum was really not like a cruiser. She just kind of like, I'm here.
Are you talking about not the pure Tombolongans? You're talking about your phantom.
I'm talking about the Phantom that produced those. Yeah.
Oh, I meant our pure
66
Tombolongans.
says, how about some Super Dwarf calendars to go with the new posters?
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be nice.
I would like them. Can we direct print those, Jess, so I don't have to order 4,000 of them this late?
Aurora Exotic says a
Wait.
different picture of Rob on every month.
That's
Thanks,
the
Aurora.
calendar we want to see.
Who
Just take
doesn't want that?
screenshots of all the super chats.
You did promise them a leggings calendar.
Did you
When
forget
did
about that, Rob?
No.
Can we put rats in leggings?
As long as they've already been used.
Hold on, I want to finish Mr. and Mrs. Morelia. What
yeah.
other reptiles have we bred? What other reptiles have you bred? Name them off as fast as you can. We'll definitely forget some.
All reptiles?
Reptiles.
Ball
Yeah.
pythons? Burmese pythons? Soon to be crested geckos?
Someone wanted to know how your geckos are doing.
Doing great.
Worms, balls, and cresteds. Is that it? Well,
Reptiles.
yeah. Besides
Yeah,
retics.
besides
He's
retics.
obviously done retics.
Yeah. Now tell us your list.
I haven't done ball pythons. Yeah, I've done cresteds and Burmese. Oh my gosh, you guys! I don't know. The first species I ever bred was actually a Southern Pacific rattlesnake. So what we had outside.
Who hasn't?
It's what we. Yeah, exactly. That was the first species I bred before anything else. I've bred carpet pythons. I've bred.
Blood pythons.
No, I've never done bloods. I did a bunch of frogs. I love the reed frog stuff. I've done reed frogs and poison frogs.
Bullfrogs?
I've done tons and tons,
Currently do, I think.
tons of leopard geckos. I've done knobtail geckos. Oh, the dwarf monitors. I did Australian dwarf monitors for many, many years. Made a lot of those different species.
You mean like the Ackies?
Yeah, tons of Ackies, stuff like that. I've bred a few chameleon species. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot in there that I'm missing. My brain is not on it
Day
tonight.
geckos.
Currently, the only thing we do is dwarf and super dwarf retics, except for their. Well, we don't breed anything else.
I'm trying.
We have a collection of African house snakes. Those are amazing. I love those.
Oh,
And then my kids have some corn snakes. So we will probably breed some corn snakes for the kids just to give them to their friends and stuff. I'll probably breed my African house snakes to never give anybody any of them. I just want to be greedy with those. I don't care. No, sorry. They're for me.
no more dancing.
So, yeah, in the future moving forward, I mean,
There is another super chat.
I might be tempted to add Progshy to the list only as pures, and then the house snakes. I think that's it for me. I mean, who knows what the future will bring. I've always said I wanted to breed green anacondas, so if I'm like...
That's a bucket list thing, yeah.
Yeah, just to do it, and if I did, I really like the axanthic anacondas that are blue, and there's a lot of cool albinos and stuff, so if they can push some of those projects forward in the future, I might get back into that.
Snowed.
Scott Bolter, super chat. Oh my gosh,
And
Gina.
another one.
All right,
Scott didn't say
I'll do
anything.
Scott's. You do Gina's. Yours has to be 2.5 times as good.
2.5 times?
This one's for you, Scott.
That's
okay?
a lot of pressure.
Woohoo! Super chat. Super chat. This is for Gina. Sorry about this, guys. Oh, I'm just watching back this playback right now. Why on earth do you guys make us dance? That is not what you
We
want
are
to do.
dancers.
We're like a cage full of apes over here.
I'm sure my belly has shown once or twice.
I'm
You
sorry,
have another one
Internet.
from Gina Ruck.
That's what his dance was for.
Oh yeah, that was my dance. I've already done
Oh, Scott Bolter, thank you very much for showing up. Welcome, welcome. Guys, that 50%er and the 62.5% Phantom Tiger, the 50% normal and the 62.5% Phantom Tiger was a partnership thing that we did with Scott. Scott's got a lot of amazing animals of ours and from us over there. So, yeah, it does good work. Gina was the one who was asking about backup generators. She said, never thought about using an electric car as a generator. Looks like my car will work. I just need to get an inverter. Now
There you
dance.
Does it say that?
You're
Not
welcome,
dance?
Gina. I'm glad I mentioned that. It was kind of like an off-the-wall solution, but it turns out that you have an electric car, so phenomenal.
Way to go.
That's really cool.
Thanks for your...
I have
Lori
one...
says I'll pay you not to dance.
Thank you.
How much?
Thank you, Lori.
I'm expensive.
He does dance a lot. Ryan wants to know, how do you prevent retics from peeing when you hold them? Ryan, I think it's just about building up their confidence. Make sure they have good hides and stuff in their cage. Work slowly with them. The other thing is, like, I mean, sometimes the babies, like, especially baby retics, they're like chihuahuas. They just don't have a very big bladder. So they pee a lot when they start moving. So if they're peeing from stress because they're afraid, you got to build up their confidence. If they're just peeing because they're full, maybe put them in a tub with water and soak them a little bit before you handle them. Let them get everything out.
Yeah, like a little diaper.
Yeah. And then Mike wants to know, has the tiger retic become like the pastel of ball pythons?
And you're out of time. So that's going to have to be your last one.
Okay, well, I think that if you're talking about because they're common, then sure, yeah, they've both been around for a long time. They're both incomplete dominant. There's certainly a lot of comparisons there. However, the cool thing about the retics is getting the tigers. Can you go get the Madu tiger? I want to show you guys one more. Grab a different tiger too if you got one, like that tiger Posset albino female we held back.
And another super chat.
When you
You're
breed
gonna have to
them,
dance.
when you breed them into different localities, you can do a lot of different things with tiger. And even a lot of the tiger naysayers that are out there can't deny how cool they are in combination with locality retics. Super chat for Anna. Woohoo! What's up?
Super chat.
Don't you got all these? Okay, show them this one. Kalatoa tiger, Madu tiger.
Kalatoa tiger.
Look at the difference of these guys.
That thing is awesome. Madu tiger. Epic. You see the difference in that thing? Crazy. Again, Kalatoa.
One for Anna real quick.
Madu. Madu's sides look like Lombardi trophies. I'm going to call this the football snake. Look at that thing.
Anna wanted to know if the
Crazy.
locality crosses get the best of both worlds. Bright colors, crazy patterns. Yeah. So this is an animal, Anna, that I got as a Kalatoa from another breeder, and I am convinced they are confused. And this is a Kalatoa Kayuadi cross. Whatever it is, it's 100% pure, but I would never breed an animal like this to my pure Kalatoas. Evo was sold to me from another breeder who does a lot of dwarf and super dwarf stuff. But if you take a look at this animal and you play back and you watch those other two localities, you can see the amount of, you can see that pixelated look of the Kalatoa, but it's got the bold black circles of the Kayuadi. Can you guys see the zigzagging pattern of the Kayuadi, but it's not clean or smooth. It's pixelated like a Kalatoa. And so I'm, just in my somewhat expert opinion, this is probably a Kalatoa Kayuadi cross. So I think if you get this, that's probably what you're getting at. I think if you crossed them and then selectively bred for them, you probably could get some pretty neat looking animals. I wouldn't recommend it. I would never breed this back to a pure of anything. I'll probably just use her to take these traits that she has and breed into morphs. The problem is when you get these mixed up pure super dwarfs, a lot of people just go back to calling them pures because they're worth more money, and so someone would call that a pure Kayuadi or a pure Kalatoa, and then you muddy bloodlines going down. Mr. and Mrs. Morelia. Garrett, what was our favorite carpet python? Your name is for Morelia addiction that you're working on. So, yeah, it's a great question, and the locality stuff is there. I think if you, just from a purely personal standpoint, I love the IJs, or the West Papuans. Yeah, Eric Burke does some crazy stuff, especially the honey-colored ones and stuff. Those are amazing. On the other hand, like Bredli, nobody can deny the beauty of a really nice Bredl's python. But I think for me, it's just the simple classic IJ, nicely selectively bred. I love some of the diverse genetics granite stuff that they have going on, which is pure locality. That's really cool. So that's where it's at for me. All right. I love you guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, Rob, for being with us, our special guest. Give him a hand, everybody.
Thank you.
Jessica, thank you for emceeing, as always. And we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Oh, Jess isn't here to hit the live chat
So
button.
we can't end it.
It has to go on. You start dancing.
Patreon is waiting.
Keep going. I haven't figured it out yet.
We'll figure it out.